All right, good evening, board members, Mr. Gonzalez, district staff. The time is 6:50 p.m. Today's the 8th day of March, 2022. And I call this meeting of the Instructional Committee of the United Independent School District Board of Trustees to order. The following board members are present.
Alisa Oliveros.
Frank Castillo.
Javier Montemayor.
Roberto Ramirez.
Oh, do I need to
You have-
be Mr.
Yes, we need Mr. Ramirez. Mr. Ramirez per policy, we
Yes.
can't have substitutes.
Mr. Ramirez wants to leave.
Let the record show Mr. Ramirez withdrawing. Let this record show that this meeting has been duly called and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Agenda item number 1, public comments.
Yes, Mr. Montemayor, we have one public comment from Mr. Sergio Sanchez in regards to being in favor of the Management Fellows Program.
Mr. Sanchez?
And you'll have 3 minutes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. My name is Sergio Sanchez, for the record, and I will be speaking today real briefly from a perspective of an MPA graduate, as well as an intern for the city of Laredo back in 2018, which was a 10-week program that, you know, I would like to see blossom here for UISD, which, to my knowledge, has never been done. So I'm strongly advocating for an MPA program to be approved throughout high school campuses and UISD departments. I'm a local resident that graduated from its 45-hour course in which specified in management practices towards the public and private sector, as it uniquely prepares individuals to serve as managers, executives, and policy analysts in the executive arm of local, state, provincial, and federal national government, and increasingly in nonprofit sectors. Overall, this program would open windows of opportunity to those graduates in this program seeking to improve the cultures and existing policies, procedures within the district and municipality. Any questions?
No.
Unfortunately.
We can't ask questions on public comments. It's
Oh, okay.
just,
Okay.
the law doesn't allow us though, but we appreciate your comments. So,
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
thank you. Agenda item number 2, is that it, Mr. Trevor?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Was
Agenda
there
item-
anybody else? I'm sorry, was there anybody else in the audience speaking for the MPA? No.
No, sir.
Nobody else
Okay.
signed up?
Thank you.
Agenda item number 2, approval of revisions to the 2022-2023 academic calendar.
Yes, good evening, members of the board, Mr. Gonzalez, members of the audience. We bring before you a revision. We had previously approved the 22-23 calendar. We do want to bring a revision, knowing what we know with the COVID variants and so forth. We wanted to extend our Christmas break to a 3-week period. So you will see the actual vacation days for our students starting. They will finish in December 16th, and they will go through the 9th of January. So that gives them a full 3 weeks at home to stay. And so we did that adjustment earlier this year, and so we just want to make sure that we added to the following, to the new calendar, giving everybody at least 3 weeks. Our teachers then would come in, professional development, close out the semesters on the 19th. On the 20th, it would kind of be, you talked about incentives earlier. That's an incentive. That's a teacher workday, employee workday. Those individuals who do summer learning opportunities, those teachers who have summer learning opportunities do not have to come to work on the 20th because that's considered a trade day. So in essence, they can start their holiday after the 19th. Gives everybody, what I do want to share with you is that the 14, 15, and 16 should be early release at the high school level. And so that revision will be made to the new calendar, which will be presented to you next week, after spring break, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Luke. Any questions? Agenda item number 2B, approval of missed instructional day for various campuses due to the water outage.
As we know, we had 20 of our campuses affected with water issues the week of February 22nd through the 25th. We bring before you the 20 campuses. We had announced previously in the media there's 22 campuses, but the ninth grade campuses do not have a separate PIMS number. They are attached to the main campus, right? So they are United South High School and Lyndon B. Johnson High School. They were both impacted in that sense. So it's 22 sites, but 20 sites per PIMS. In addition to that, we ask that the board approve the waiver for February 28th, which is Monday, for Perales and Freedom. Those were the last two campuses that did not have the water restored until the 29th. I'm sorry, March 1st.
Definitely.
Not leap year.
Definitely.
Thank you.
And I understand y'all met with the governor, or not the governor, but the commissioner. Yes, sir. The governor, the commissioner of the, that's good. That's good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Agenda item 2C, approval of 2022-2023 district goals.
Yes, Mr. Montemayor, Ms. Oliveros, and Mr. Castillo. Emma Leza for the record, just bringing minor changes to the goals for the, for the 22-23 school year. It really is just grouping terms together, safe and secure. They were just separate, and then just making minor changes. The goals are still aligned to our district improvement plan and to our campus improvement plan and to our plan for learning, which is where we document all the information. Also, we just grouped together campus and district administrators because they were separate, and we changed face-to-face to traditional because that is the traditional mode of educating our students. But other than that, the goals are still aligned the way that we had them last year.
Any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item 2D, discussion, clarification, and possible establishment of the UISD Management Fellows Program.
So I brought this item up because I know we wanted to clarify it, and I did want to let the board know, and my fellow board members rather, and the staff know that the last time that we brought this item, the word removal was used, removal of the UISD Management Fellows Program. That is an inappropriate word when it comes to deleting a program. Removal is removing something from the agenda. That's what I thought I was voting for. But be as it may, I understand General Counsel doesn't agree with me, so I'm bringing it back because I think it's a viable, important program that we start at UISD. A Management Fellows Program is geared toward graduates from public universities and private universities who have obtained a master's in public administration. It's utilized throughout the country in various governments, including the federal government. That being said, I did hear from Mr. Sanchez that he is in the public comments, that he is very much interested that we establish it because it helps graduates come in to work alongside, side by side with our current staff to learn the ins and outs of government. They would be paid a salary commensurate with a master's level. It would be something that we're looking for an investment in the future. Well, this is a program that does that. It does that because you're getting highly qualified individuals to come and help us. I always use this example because I think it's an appropriate one. When you go and get health care, do you go to your local car mechanic for advice? No, you go to a physician, a doctor who's specially trained in this field. You go because you want their best advice about how to handle a medical problem. Be as it may, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you run a government like we are in the United Independent School District, you go for graduates with a public administration degree. Those are the experts. They know how to operate things, and it's beneficial. We're not after removing anybody from any position. We're just saying let's complement what we learned, how to do things academically that can fit and help us. That's my words. And I just want to read real quickly an email I got today, and I'm going to share it with Mr. Gonzalez when I finish. And it's from a young lady named Reina Ortiz. Good morning, Mr. Castillo. I would like to express my support for your idea to create an MPA fellowship with United Independent School District. As a student, she's currently a student of the MPA program, I found myself a year ago without any opportunities in my hometown. It is why I now live in San Antonio. I would have liked to have stayed in Laredo with my family and the people I care about, but I also know that I had to find opportunities for myself elsewhere if I wanted to grow with knowledge. This program would give me a start to students who are looking to grow in Laredo, those students who want to contribute directly to the community and school district that raised them. I am a former student of UISD, so I know of the great standards set by the school district, and I am sure that this program would develop amazing leaders in Laredo. I know I would have been overjoyed to have an opportunity in Laredo like this one, and I thank you for taking the time to advocate for students like me. Reina Ortiz, and I have the phone number and email address. I'm talking about our future leaders in our program, in our school district. That's why I am an advocate for establishing this program, the fellowship program with UISD. And that is why I brought the item, and I thank Ms. Oliveros for helping me secure that we bring it back, and Mr. Ramirez, because I did want to discuss it in case there are any questions, and I hope that we can bring it to the full board for vote. Thank you.
And I'll just add that out of professional courtesy, I agreed to sponsor this item with Mr. Castillo. But I know the district has many reservations regarding this item. And maybe when we take it to the full board, we can discuss some of those concerns that the district has.
I gotta say, Mr. Castillo, I gotta just add that I've read the job descriptions. I just don't understand the idea. And if, hopefully maybe you and I can sit down sometime after this and go over this, but I just don't understand how the UISD Management Fellows Program is going to help. When you talk about experts, the MPA program, there's a lot of good people that have MPAs, and my hat's off. But the experts that we have are the ones who are in the classrooms, the ones who are at the campuses, the ones who have the administrators we have here. I'd like to see them, have the opportunity to rise in their profession, and I think we should make the investment within our district. I'm not sure. I just don't see how this program is going to work. If there are other programs out there that you can point me to, that I can say, okay, this is how it's going to happen. I have a model. I have a model to go by. Then I'd be more than glad. I'm in favor of any innovative program that's going to benefit our administrators. But I just do not understand how this program is going to work. And to bring in an MPA individual, pay them a salary commensurate with their education. I'm thinking we're talking 60 grand maybe, to start an individual here. And you want to bring in how many individuals? How big is this program? How long is this program going to go for? What's going to be their job duties and their responsibilities? What kind of liability do we have as a district? Those are all questions that I think the full board should know. And I'm saying this only because you've brought it up.
Yeah.
And since you got here and I know you're energetic about it, and I can appreciate that. But I think we need to answer some of those questions so we can all kind of wrap our hands around this and take it to the full board. And I'll be supportive if we can get those questions answered.
Do you think, Mr. Gonzalez, that we might be able to get staff, particularly Mr. Garcia, to make a presentation? Because we've discussed this before, not now, but for the next board meeting.
And I was thinking that to add to that, I mean, and I agree with both sides, but we're a little different from any other government entity in that we specialize in education. So I think we're kind of maybe slapping in the face our educators and not giving them that opportunity to our student teachers or those that are doing labs. They, you know, we are an educational institution. They might say, well, why aren't you focusing on educators? And that's what we want to do. We want to build up educators in the district. We can have some
And I did
input.
find out, I think, maybe you were not present, but I did find out that actually teachers, and somebody said it up there in the podium, we actually have an intern program for teachers. It's something that gives them that guidance already. But this
They
program.
don't get paid, I don't think.
I understand, but part of the thing is that
They don't get paid, no.
this will not have anything, impact on the academic side. It's not a teaching, this is operational
Yeah, no, I
things.
know what an MPA is, but what I'm
Okay.
saying is financially, I have to agree, when we're looking at, our teachers haven't had a raise in I don't know how long, and so we're trying to boost the employees that we currently have, and if we do have a student teaching program and they don't get paid, I think they're gonna be the first ones to come up here and say, hey, well, we're studying to be educators, future teachers for your district. Why are you not paying us as we intern? We're doing it for free, yet you're going into another field, which is more, you know, public administration as far as government entities goes. Not saying that we're not, but we're primarily an educational institution, and they may feel that's a slap in the face.
Well, maybe it's time that we start paying the teachers what they deserve.
Oh, I agree,
But
100%.
not take away from what the operational side needs to do.
So I
it
think
is.
that's a discussion for our financial department,
Okay.
yeah,
I think
and for
we're-
the full
That's
board,
good.
yeah.
I think we're about
I-
to start with substitute pay soon, so
Yeah.
I think that's more of
Yeah.
a pressing issue, so, anyway.
Okay.
Those are all good comments, and
Very
thank you,
good.
Mr. Castillo, for bringing it to our attention again. Any other questions or concerns? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Second, all right.